All right, welcome to Save the Franchise
A brand new segment on this podcast.
with Artie Boy Truffle Hair and Levi Cosmonaut.
That's like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
Crazy Boy George stuff.
because that's when the movie should be set. The movie should not be set where it is. All right, so today on Save the Franchise, we are going to attempt to brainstorm rewriting Black Widow to be the type of movie it should have been.
To be viable to be a franchise.
Instead of the,
Movie that we got.
I don't want to say the colossal letdown that we got.
But we're going to say that
definitely
anyway.
could have been way better. Like it's on par with, it's not quite Thor 2.
No, it's better
but
than
it's
Thor 2.
Pretty close. It's under Ant-Man and Wasp.
I say it's like,
Where would you rank it?
it's not Thor 2. It's better than Thor 2 because I laughed.
Is it
During
better
this.
than Iron Man 3? Because Iron Man 3 is really the worst
It is.
Marvel movie.
It is. I don't know if it's the worst Marvel movie.
It's the worst Marvel movie.
You think so?
On another episode, I will definitively prove it.
All right, we're going to have to rank that. Well, that'll be
Yeah.
another one, rank in the
Yeah.
Marvel Universe.
Yep. That's an
I'd,
episode.
I'd say it's a little better than Iron Man 3.
Okay.
Just
So not
because,
quite.
well, no.
I would say it's about on par with Iron, because nothing in the movie really affects anything going forward,
Yeah, that's true.
right? And in Iron Man 3, you can completely remove Iron Man 3 from the MCU and nothing changes.
Yeah, that's 100%
I mean, Pepper
true.
doesn't even have the extremist.
They got that out of her
powers.
though. They said they took that out of her at the end.
She had him at the end of the movie, and then she didn't the next time we saw her.
No, the
Unless
very
they
end of the
save
movie
him.
they were talking about that.
Whatever.
I know, I
Where's
watched
my-
it
yeah.
like a
It's a
month ago.
complete. You can remove it completely from the
Yeah.
MCU, and it changes nothing for the MCU.
Yeah, it's
And
a
I
filler
feel
movie.
like Black Widow is very similar.
Yeah, it's the Rogue One of Star Wars, where it in that it doesn't affect anything. Characters are kind of useless.
Right.
It was a movie that didn't need to be made.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for. I really
Yeah.
wanted a Black Widow movie that was way better.
Yeah, this needed to happen
I
10 years
wanted it.
ago.
I wanted it to have consequences. I wanted it to have long-lasting effects. I wanted it to be hopefully the first in a Black Widow 1, 2, 3, 4 type series going forward. But I think the ball was really dropped on this one.
It was. This is a movie that should have came out after Iron Man 2. Like
This movie, I think,
somewhere right after that.
I think that the perfect place for this movie to have been released is after Winter Soldier. Because
Yeah, somewhere
Natasha
around
has
there.
the big fallout where she releases all the documents, gives her identity to the world, and we should be seeing Natasha deal with the repercussions of those actions of
Yeah.
getting rid of S.H.I.E.L.D., getting rid of Hydra, and having to figure out where she fits in the world now.
This this should have been a spy movie too.
Right.
More espionage, more her.
Yeah, it's way too...
It's too formulaic.
Black Widow is an assassin, not
Yes. She's not a warrior.
not a...
She's not a frontline.
Right. She
Captain
should-
America.
Yeah, she's supposed to be behind the scenes,
Yep. Blending in.
messing stuff up, collecting information. Like, and that's a great thing that she could have set up after Winter Soldier is, how do I use this new identity to finish clipping the branches from Hydra? Or finding out about AIM, trying to clip the branches of Hydra and finding out about AIM.
Yeah.
Because then we can go into
That kind
Iron
of-
Man 3 with AIM and actually have it mean something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She could have had a little role in that, or drop something off to Tony.
Yep. Hey, look out for this, blah, blah, blah. Tony gets a voicemail right before the terrorists attack his house from Scarlet or Natasha,
Yeah.
right?
Or that even could have been like
So-
encrypted, and in another movie you see her making the call.
Yep. So I think at the beginning of the movie, right,
Mm-hmm.
we pick up when she is walking out of the courthouse at the end of Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
right, and getting into the limo. And she gets in the limo, call from Nick Fury, hey, we've got a Hydra agent or someone we suspect to be a Hydra agent over da-da-da-da-da. Turns out to be her sister, the blonde,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yelena.
Elena, right? Elena is trying not to fight Natasha,
Mm-hmm.
but can't really help herself, right? So
So you still want to go with the mind control stuff?
I think that worked a little. I think that worked all right.
I think it could have been better.
I think it could have been better, and I think that we can do a better job with it.
I feel like it should have been some sort of implant,
Yeah,
not like
something
a-
like that. Yeah.
not aerosolizing Kool-Aid at somebody.
Well, and the implant thing works for the Taskmaster portion of it too, because if Elena has an implant, then that leads to Taskmaster having an implant,
yeah.
right? So yeah, I think an implant works. ScarJo, Natasha has to, really like get her completely immobilized and then uses her stinger or whatever on the implant because none of the girls know where the implant is, but Scarlet or Natasha knows where it is because S.H.I.E.L.D. removed hers.
Yeah.
So
She had one, so she knows where it's at.
where to use her electric stinger wrist, whatever, to short circuit it.
Yeah. See her go up to the back of the neck and she just
Right, or the thigh,
Yeah.
or wherever, because she had to cut. Didn't one of them have to cut something out of their thigh?
That was a tracker or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
So Natasha knows where these are in the Black Widows, but she thought that the Black Widow program was done. She thought that S.H.I.E.L.D. had shut them down years ago.
For that scene, this is the way I think they would do it, is she would bring her back to like a base, and she'd have her couple friends support team, and they'd say, oh, it's in her spine. You don't know if this will kill her or not.
Right.
We can operate. And she's like, we don't have time. Hits her with a stinger, and it short circuits it.
Yeah, something
But-
like that could work. Yeah.
It only temporarily disables it. So that could be a later obstacle when it's reactivated.
Okay. I don't. That's
That's a possibility, I think.
that's part of what I think the problem was with this the released Black Widow is that there was too much going on. Right? We have to hide because we're done with Civil War and we have to go to the Netherlands or whatever. And then when
Yeah.
we get to the Netherlands, we just get settled in. And now, oh no, this person, blah, 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 this got delivered. And we've got to go here and we get here. And oh, it's not just, it's a whole group of Black Widows. And you see what it's just, there's no clear, like, they
a
tried to
cluttered
make
movie.
a clear path to the Russian dude in charge of the Black Widow operation. They
Yeah.
tried to make that, but there's too many. Oh, we have
Yeah.
to go here and get this. Fetch quest, fetch quest, fetch quest.
Yeah, it is a very cluttered movie in that.
So I think we tone that down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that. So we get to, we get Yelena captured, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, and get the implant taken out or turned off or destroyed, right?
Yeah.
And then she can tell her, hey, I know that you think that you killed this person, but you did not kill this person. You only killed his daughter, right?
Yeah.
That way we can still have, because I think Taskmaster works pretty well. Like, I get everybody's a little butthurt about it being a chick instead of Tony, but I think that sets up Tony Masters later, right? And I think that, oh, hey, the Taskmaster stuff was made here, and now that one's Like, it's been in storage so Tony Masters can find out about it, steal it, get hired, and given it, or what have you.
This is more of a proto Taskmaster.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Not full-fledged Taskmaster, like Origins Taskmaster.
Okay. That makes sense then.
I think having a full-fledged Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie, But I think having the Taskmaster, quote-unquote, origin, great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that should have been, like, the after-credits scene, is Tony Masters finding the Taskmaster stuff.
Yeah.
Not Yelena being told to go after Hawkeye by Madam Hydra.
Yeah. Not the greatest.
Yeah. Did you see the other one that I sent you?
No, I watched the one. Yeah, I watched the one you
About,
sent me, I think.
what's his name? Thunderbolt
Yeah, Thunderbolt
finding
Ross.
the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
Because supposedly in the MCU, all of the Black Widows have a version of the super soldier serum. That's how Natasha is able to do what she does.
Isn't the comic she's enhanced with cybernetics and certain things? She's not quite super soldier, but she is.
Right.
She's
It's
super
in
durable.
the MCU. It's like a toned down super soldier version. It's
Yeah.
not what's his name got, the Captain America Red Guardian. It's not what
yeah.
he got. It's like a tiny portion of that.
Yeah. She just slightly enhanced.
But
Where she's more durable and quicker, maybe a little stronger.
But I don't really. And in the comics, what hasn't Natasha had done to her or having her or what have you? You know what I'm saying? But I think this needs to be more about like a Jason Bourne type thing.
Yeah,
like
it needs to be espionage.
Lyanna has the chip destroyed or removed, right? But a bunch of her memories go with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now Natasha has to help her piece that back together. So now we have to go to Madrid. Now we have to go to what have you. Now we go talk to Red Guardian in prison. We don't break him out, right?
I do like the very first like 20 minutes of the fake family thing. I do like that.
I thought that was a really good setup. At first, I didn't get it. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, Russian sleeper agent. I really like that.
And then the chase scene happened, and it was like, oh, okay. And that chase scene was fantastic. One of the better MCU chase scenes. I think it's on par with Black Panther chasing
Bucky and them.
Bucky and Cap in Winter Soldier or in Civil War.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. I love that the intro. I love that.
Yeah,
bit.
the
I wish
intro was really good.
we could maybe keep that
I think that we would have to.
or keep it for the second movie.
I would do it. I would do something similar. But I think that I would have a little bit more of seeing what Red Guardian and what's her name are doing, and less of what the kids are doing. That way, we
Melina.
get a better idea of it being a sleeper cell instead of us going, "Why are we following these kids?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And kind of like, and I don't mean like following Red Guardian into government facilities to see him take stuff. I'm talking about him getting home from work and having his briefcase and here, kids, put this in your room, put this in your doll. You know, your wife
Hide
put
this stuff. Yeah.
there. Don't tell anybody, you know, that kind of stuff. So that we get a feel that the kids are included in the sleeper cell.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
right now it's just their kids for the cover story. Which, okay. But that doesn't really...
You want to incorporate them more
Right.
into it.
And that, I think, builds more of the family structure going forward in the movie. Because now they're included. They're not just there as stuffed animals.
Yeah, they're not
props.
They're not just the cover. They're part of the
They're part of it. And the family has to work together at that. So it leads to them working together later.
Yeah, that would grow more of a bond
Mm-hmm.
between them and make the latter part a lot better, for sure.
Right. And I don't really think that Red Guardian needs to be broken out of jail. I liked his character.
He necessarily needs to be in jail to begin with.
I get why he's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, the whole propaganda thing and him
Right.
kind of outliving his purpose.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that does make sense.
And that's kind of what we think Russia does with people when they get to that point. So I get that makes sense. I do really like his character. I think he was a fantastic addition to the movie.
Yeah, he's
Definitely
hilarious.
helped out with the humor side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he needs to be a part of this movie. I think that in the next movie, they break him out
Mm-hmm.
because they need him. Right?
Yeah. Or somehow he gets out, maybe.
Right. And when they go to break him out, maybe, they find out, they go to the first place, they go to Madrid or whatever, or I just think Madrid is like in every spy movie.
Yeah.
And they go there and they find out that, because they think that there's a doctor there or a scientist there that can help them destroy or find all of the Black Widows using the chip.
Yeah, tracking them with their own technology.
Right. Or destroying it. They find out they can't.
Mm-hmm. You can make
but
Melina.
they find out.
You can make Melina the head technician who designed that. And
Well,
that's why
this
they
is
had to
what I'm
find
saying,
her.
is they have to work their way to Melina.
Yeah.
Because Melina is the technician that does. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that she's the one that makes the chip
Mm-hmm.
and is also a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, she's not just this scientist, she's also a Black Widow also. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Inclusion.
I do like that.
But from wherever they go to find the scientist that tells them that tracking the chip won't work, whatever, he goes, but I know somebody who might have some more information for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to go to the jail, right? And at the jail, right, we find two things, not just Red Guardian. We find another thing. The reason that they can't break him out is the jail is being protected by Crimson Dynamo,
Yeah.
the Iron Man suit, the Russian Iron Man suit. You know how it was talked about in the movie?
Vaguely, yeah.
In this movie, in our rewrite, Crimson Dynamo is one of the protections for
Yeah, he's like
this prison.
yeah.
And because they're short supplied, they can't take that down.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to sneak in and just talk to him,
That makes sense. I would say
right? Because then we set up Crimson Dynamo
Dynamo.
for Armor Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did the Russian... Like, nobody says what it is. They just see...
Maybe you get a few flashes of it. as
Yeah,
you're
not a
walking
lot
by.
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like Jaws that stuff. Like
Yeah.
Jaws it.
Yep. Just enough for them to go,
What was that?
no. They know what it is.
No, but the audience going, what?
Right.
Was that Iron Man?
And they know what it is. And they go... Alina goes, oh, I forgot. Oh, Crimson is defending this place. We can't break him out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Like,
Like,
oh yeah, we can't.
just-
We don't have the firepower to take him down.
Yeah, we don't have the gear. And, he would totally destroy our shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they sneak into the prison, right? Talk to Red Guardian, right? Red Guardian, brings up the whole... Natasha, oh, you worked with Captain America. Did he tell you about our fight? Right?
Yeah.
These guys don't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get that. And then, he says, oh, I don't know where Igor or whatever his name was.
Igor.
Gosh, I can't even remember the bad guy's name. That's how disposable. Whatever. Dreykov, whatever. Make it a little bit more Russian. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
pretty Russian.
I know. I'm being facetious.
Look, that's pretty Russian. Just call him Ivan Drago.
Right. So they So they talk to him. He tells them that he has an idea of where Melina is, but he's not 100%. It can be in one of these 3 places, right? So, of course, what are the first 2 places? Duds. She's not
Oh,
there,
I thought you
right?
meant like you saying something.
Right, but
You're
at the first 2, right? Like at the first one, they run into a bunch of the Black Widow chicks, right? Like Dreykov knows that they are on his trail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they know kind of where they'll be. He has a few good ideas of where they'll go.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's setting up his defenses, right? So the first one, a bunch of the Black Widows, they have to fight them but not hurt them too badly
Yeah.
because we're trying not to kill. We're good guys now.
Yeah, they kind of have that. Well,
Not
they're
bad
being
guys.
controlled.
We're not
They're not.
killing a bunch of prison guards who are just doing their job,
Yeah.
right?
Don't avalanche and kill them.
Right. Totally should have used Scarlett Johansson's nose to ski jump over the wall. Jeez, I didn't realize how big her nose was before this movie.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah. Angles, Marvel, Disney, directors, angles. Anyway, so first one, we run into a bunch of the Black Widows. They subdue them, tie them up, that kind of thing. Don't kill anybody. Don't hurt anybody too bad. But they can't free them. So now Drago is able to question them about who's attacking, where they're coming from, blah, 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 right? So we go to the next one, and the next one is where we get our first match with Taskmaster. And he wins.
Hold on.
wins.
I could see this when they're questioning people at the prison because they're backing around. They said, it's 2 females are highly skilled. They're kicking ass. And he throws them the security camera footage of it, and he goes, "Oh, it's her. Send Taskmaster,
Right.
or send we need more power."
Right, right.
He fears her.
Initiate
Yeah,
Taskmaster protocol.
yeah. Send in the prototype. Like,
Right.
do we
And
need
this is
that?
the-
Like, this is the only
yeah,
way to
yeah.
take her down.
Right. And this is the first time it's been started up and used. Right. And when they get to the second location that the mom can be, Taskmaster is there.
Yeah.
And they lose. Like, badly. Like the building collapses on top of them, basically. So they think that,
Well, if Taskmaster could know their fighting style because they know the Black Widow fighting style.
Right.
And Taskmaster just overpowers them.
right on top. Like, they can't even land a punch.
Yeah.
It is a clear victory for the
Yeah.
Taskmaster.
Real one-sided.
Very, very. And I'm talking like building falls on them, assume that they're dead, that kind of thing. Right? But there's a tunnel under the building, or they're able to, they fall down. He throws them over a cliff, but they don't really fall all the way down the cliff, that kind of thing. Right? And they just barely get out. But now when they get to the third place, they're assumed dead. There's nobody really guarding Melina.
Yeah.
Right? So they're able to get in, talk to her. I think it plays out pretty similar to the way that it does in Black Widow. But
Yeah. Use her to set a trap, essentially.
Not only that, but they find out that a lot of more information about because they only know so much about the Black Widow program.
Yeah.
Maybe less humor in that. Because I think that was like Red Guardian and Alina were like comic relief.
Yeah.
And so that we could focus on them instead of seeing what the plan was, which made the plan make no sense later. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should see them planning how to get to Drago.
Yeah.
Or at least get his information, how do we turn these off? Oh, you need his ring,
Need his
but
you need his
like I kind
passcode
of
for
like
something.
the pheromone thing.
Yeah.
I kind of like that, but she should have a different way of turning it off.
She could just do this
Yeah,
and not breathe.
or Melina gives her injection, or it could just be, oh, I guess I've been out of your program too long. I guess the injections don't last as long as you think they do.
That would make sense. Every time they come back, they have to be re-upped.
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that. That way it's not her breaking her own nose. Like,
Yeah, they're supposed to
that
sever
was
her nerve.
kind of-
Like I don't know if you could really
like
do that.
how do you aim well enough with your nostril bone to sever one nerve in your brain?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
So we see them planning their assault on Drago's fortress,
Mm-hmm.
right? Get to the fortress, kind of plays out similar, right? Black Widow's captured. Elena's going to go have surgery to put the chip back in her.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. Elena plays a part of, oh, I did what you wanted me to do.
Yeah.
Like a good soldier or whatever. This time Black Widow, is able to hack her cell or whatever. Freeze Elena. Basically pretty much the same, except that now we know our goal. It's not just kill this guy, it's also we need XYZ, the ring or whatever, right?
Some sort of passcode or a MacGuffin of some sort.
Right. And the surprise is not that we're destroying the facility. The surprise is that Melina and what's her name? Yelena
Mm-hmm.
are going to take over the Black Widow program, deprogram them, and train new people to help the Avengers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the twist. The twist isn't, oh, this plan that came out of nowhere was really a plan all along. Right?
Yeah.
We get another Taskmaster fight. But this time, it's not just... It's something like Melina's training is so old that Taskmaster has never seen it. Or because Melina wrote the programming, she's able to...
She knows the weak points.
She knows the weak points, knows how to, hack the Taskmaster system or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Warns the sisters, Natasha and Yelena, hey, I know that you thought that you killed his daughter, but this is his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That because I did kind of like that.
Yeah,
and
I
it
get
is
that.
kind of a redeeming, but at the same time, in the movie that we got, gosh, it seems like that's almost a worse fate for the kid. And it almost seems like Scarlett Johansson or Natasha should be like, oh, crap, I wish I would have killed you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be this monster now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so they take over, train willing participants, not forced orphans.
Slaves,
Not
effectively.
slaves, right? But they also help reunite any of them that did have family with their family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of their thing. It's like, hey, we are going to train females to take down sex trafficking operations and rescue kids from bad foster situations and like that kind of thing. Or instead of, oh, I have a Black Widow with the head of a petroleum country, and I just push the button. And,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think that that's too large of a scope
Mm-hmm.
for something like the entire Avengers should be taking down an organization like that, not just Black Widow.
Yeah, it is a big operation. I would take out the whole flying fortress thing too.
Right. And Drago gets caught and goes to jail because Black Widow is a good person now and a good guy now. She does not just kill people. He goes to the raft.
Yeah.
He ends up imprisoned and can no longer control any of them because they're able to get to the files and, hey, we can turn off the pheromone thing with this, and, hey, we can take the chips out of you with this. And we have excellent, after Bucky, like, and this can be where the deprogramming stuff for Bucky kind of comes from.
Yeah, deprogramming the widows.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Some of that information can help deprogram Bucky. Because at this point, this is after Winter Soldier, but before Civil War. So Bucky is still kind of the Winter Soldier right now.
Yeah, he's still not 100%.
So she can get a hold of Steve Rogers after this, and hey, some of this stuff we might be able to help Bucky with. Like Captain America, Chris Evans can come in after they take over the base with Nick Fury, right? And they can talk about what's going to happen and what good it can be done. And that's how Melina and Yvonne, whatever her name is, go, okay, we'll agree to work on this with you, Nick, and help make this into, like, let's take this red in our ledger that has been a Black Widow thing this whole time.
Try to get rid of some of it.
Get rid of some of it by doing good.
Yeah, that's
Instead
good.
of destroying a sky castle and having people fly to the ground and nobody really know what happens or how anybody survived.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think could have been done.
I would go, here's how I would do it. I would extend the initial sequence of them. I would, definitely have them more participant in it, but also not just have them as children, show more of them growing with this fake family, effectively.
Okay, so we're seeing multiple years of this fake family together instead of 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in there, they're infiltrating. You see, like in the first scene, Red Guardian's walking out. Like he's placing things in a briefcase. He's walking out. He's going home. He says, hide this, hide this. And you see it progress as they get older and older until they're from the time they're 10 till 16, 17. You just have
So
have a few little scenes of them doing things together.
Right.
You see them bonding more and more, and then they get split up.
I also think in that sequence, you have a Howard Stark moment too, where Red Guardian is working near with Howard Stark and Hank Pym.
Oh yeah, and he's stealing technology, things like that.
Okay,
that could definitely set up other villains down the line if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like where you're going.
And after that, you flash forward, and Dreykov, I would make him not this world threat like you said too. He'd be more of a small time, mid-level,
like a Kingpin level guy.
Like he controls maybe a big region or a small country.
Right.
And he does pinpointed assassinations with the widows. But he does abduct them and trains them like he did.
Yeah, and there's not millions of them. There's like 100.
Yeah. There's a handful of them. They're elite assassins.
Right.
Just for that purpose. Just like Black Widow was. And she then, goes on to take him down because, she wants to do that. She finds her sister, kind of the same thing, deprograms her. We'll go with the chip thing still, too. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
And, yeah, she's off all that. Maybe still kind of have the fight scene a little bit, with them. Deprograms his sister, goes after, tries to find information, finds the mother first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe finds a lead, goes to the mother, and she knows because she's still kind of maybe working. Maybe you keep that in there, maybe you don't, or maybe she still has ties with people, and then all three of them have to suit up and infiltrate this place. You could do the whole being captured on purpose thing,
Right.
or just straight espionage. Maybe show more tech, or
Yeah, like show her, since she wrote all this programming and can control her pigs the way that she does,
yeah,
she is able to give them each like a risk gauntlet that they can hack into each.
yeah, maybe temporarily blind one of them widows that are guarding this complex. So somehow Dragov knows they're coming after maybe some incident. Maybe one of the contacts she goes to for information is under Dragov's protection or something, because it's in that region that he controls. She has a big fight scene with guards.
Okay.
And then, and she says, like, you betrayed me. He's like, what did you expect?
Right.
Then all this happens. They break in to this place, and they've disabled some of the widows. They go through. Maybe they have to fight a couple of them.
Right.
And then the alarm goes off. And then you see Dracov go, all right, take care of this for me. You can stop them. She's, they're walking down the hall, and then Red Guardian comes in, and she has to fight them. But it's like, I don't know, how do I fight my dad? Someone who's the closest thing I had to a dad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So you want to do that beat with Yelena and with Red Guardian.
Or ScarJo, maybe Scarlet Widow, or not Scarlet, Black Widow.
It's not a bad one. Scarlet Widow's kind of cool superhero name.
That does sound really cool. And maybe
because I was just doing that beat with just Yelena.
I mean, with all of them going in there, we'd have to have.
I meant the beat of, I don't want to fight you. You're the closest thing to family I have.
Yeah, you could still have that with. Yeah, because she would say.
I'm asking you if you're going to do that with Yelena at the beginning, like I did, and with Red Guardian, or just with Red Guardian.
Wait, what? You mean Yelena would? Yeah, they would both. All of them would still be a bonded family
at the beginning of the movie, right? I had talked about Black Widow having to fight Yelena.
Yeah.
And getting her captured and taking the chip out or destroying her or whatever. Are you going to still do that beat also?
Yeah.
And then you're going to do a similar beat with Red Guardian.
Yeah, but I would say...
Okay, that's what I was asking for clarification.
Okay. Because the difference would be, I would think Yelena would be an unwilling participant in this. But Red Guardian would say, this is my only purpose. This is what I was made for, to serve...
Right.
To serve this person.
Ooh, can I add a little to that? Because I think I have something that might work with it.
Because to me, this makes sense.
The Red Guardian and Yolanda had a close relationship during your
they would be
8 year window
Yeah.
than Natasha and Red Guardian had, right? So during this fight, he is talking Yolanda into joining him, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Russia is my country. Yeah, we don't. Da 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 da. He is slowly convincing her to join up with him against Natasha. Like, we can be heroes again. If we catch an Avenger, we catch an Avenger. Drago would be so happy with us. We would get everything we ever wanted. Yeah. That could be an interest. Yeah, I like that. That's a very interesting beat.
That's not what I was going for, though.
Oh, okay.
What I would say with what you were going with, I could say her saying, we could have whatever we want. She'd just say, I just wanted a family.
And we can have that now.
Yeah. But
we could be together forever. Yeah, Think about all the fun times we had when we were younger. I helped you ride a bike.
Yeah. But what I was going with was... we'd have the closer relationship with those two, kind of like it was in the regular movie. And she says, "I'll hold them off. You go ahead." And then when she's fighting him, she's trying to talk to him about, why are you doing this? We could still. It's not too late.
Well, and that's with the part that I had. That's what you could do with Black Widow. Is like, you guys are dumb. We can do all of that without Drago. and live wherever we want and be completely free.
Yeah.
Like,
But I was also going with Red Guardian would not be like this fat idiot.
right.
He'd be very much a super soldier.
Right. Very
and-
much a Captain America,
Yeah.
but Russian.
But Yelena can hold her own, but she can't beat him. And he
Right.
comes near killing her, and maybe she, like, she has that moment like, Dad, why are you
Ooh.
doing this?
Ooh,
And he
that's
has, and he has like a little bit of a memory of Christmas or something.
Right.
And he goes, what have I done?
Yeah, like she reminds him, like, as he's hitting her, like, don't you want to go fishing?
Yeah,
Don't you-
I love you.
Oh, don't you remember when you got me the da-da-da-da-da? Or he sees the necklace that he bought her for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's still wearing it.
Because that's like all she had left.
That's
yeah.
a good, oh,
And he
that's
goes,
a
what have
good
I
one.
done? Why?
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
The
that.
Soviet Union fell. What am I doing? Kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But then he has to go help Natasha.
Mm-hmm.
And she thinks, oh, and he goes, stay here, I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to Dreykov and he says, it's done. Do you need me to take care of them?
Right.
And then he has to take a bullet for Natasha or something. Or something happens. Maybe he doesn't die per
Right.
se. But he proves what, he redeems himself.
Okay. I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
And then it's all some Melina and her interacting with Dreykov. Maybe some similar, like Melina can't hit him because she's still kind of been in contact.
Right.
But Widow, goes, hey, I haven't. But
Right.
that's when Red Guardian comes in. And he thinks, oh, stop her. She can't, and he goes up to him and punches him.
Oh, okay. So Red Guardian doesn't have the pheromone thing, so you use Red Guardian to. Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Where
Because
they kind of have to come together as a family to,
Yeah.
like, actually fight him.
yeah.
I
Then
like
Guardian gets shot by a gun he had under the desk. As he's about to say, I've worked for you for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I could have had what I wanted to.
Right.
And then he gets shot. And then
Right.
Black Widow
Drago
stuns
maybe,
him.
Drago maybe pulls out the "you were a brother to me," that kind of thing.
I don't know about that. Or maybe more of a, you were supposed to be,
You were supposed to be the best of them.
yeah,
You were.
you were the mother. You're part of Mother Russia.
You were my first one. You were my first widow.
yeah.
type thing.
You were always a loyal soldier to me. What happened?
Yeah, you were like a son to me, like that kind of thing. Before he shoots him, yeah, or right after he shoots him, yeah. Why are you making me do this to you?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Do you still have Taskmaster in it?
No, I
No
don't.
Taskmaster.
Nope. Take Taskmaster out. This is I'm building a B squad of Avengers
Oh, okay.
with this, and then
Okay.
they take him down. She brings him in, goes to the raft. He can. That could also be another plot line that he gets with somebody else in the raft
Mm-hmm.
and conspires with them.
Right.
Maybe
Ooh, I
that's how you-
kind of like him and Kingpin
Yeah.
seeing each other across the way in the raft, or being cellies next to each other.
And they say, let's pull our resources and get out of here.
Yeah.
Because they still have some contacts,
Yeah.
but not enough to get themselves. But together,
Right.
yes.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
And this sets up maybe they're taking, then you could do the whole free all the widows thing. And then Red Guardian says, oh, I've done enough bad. It's time to start doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Melina.
Right.
And they go off to head off that. Maybe that's why they're not in other movies or something.
Right.
I guess unless we're doing retroactive stuff, then you can include him later.
Right. And I like Yelena maybe having, like, Natasha offering for her, hey, come join me. Like, you can be an Avenger also. Like, I get that you've done, but so have I. We both have done awful things. And Yelena's like, I've got other stuff to take care of first. I've got my own laundry list of things that I need to clear up before I can join you.
Yeah.
And then later, right, to do the after credits scene, right?
Yeah.
Or at least what I'm thinking, right? Is instead of having Madam Hydra recruit Yelena, we have Hawkeye visiting Natasha's grave with his family. And Yelena, he sees her, and, like, they kind of have, like, a moment, right? So he sends the family to the car and goes over and talk. Are you Natasha's sister? Yeah.
I heard about Budapest. You suck at tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, your sister's really missed in the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be interested in trying out or something like that, or just have them exchange numbers, something,
Yeah.
instead of setting up this Dark Avengers thing? Like, I think it's too. There's so many. What's the word I'm looking for? Fingers in the pot
You could still
on
do.
where Phase 5 is going.
You could still do Dark Event. Like
Oh
the
yeah, totally.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, you could totally do that. Yeah.
Maybe instead of her, Ross comes to her, but she doesn't know that he's not really like with the Avengers, but she knows he's part of the military, and he says, "I want to recruit you for something," and she thinks it's more Avengers, and then she's led more down that.
And that's why I'm saying have the Hawkeye thing at the right, because then in another movie, right, once we've had her work with the Avengers and get to
I
know
get what you're
Ross,
saying. Yeah.
right, Ross can approach her and be like, "Hey, I know that they kicked you out. I know that they don't agree with you killing people the way that you kill people, but I do.
Yeah,
And I've got another project that I'm interested in having you be a major part of." And then boom.
yeah. It's like Captain America leads them. How about you leading a team?
Yeah. Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be another sister showdown later.
Yeah.
I guess if we're doing retroactive. If not, then
Right.
it'd be Hawkeye trying to talk her down.
Yep. But that's what I'm saying is that you establish the relationship between Hawkeye and Yelena and in your after credits scene.
Yeah, that works then. That's
Not
pretty good.
Madam Hydra and Yelena. I think that is like you're jumping the gun on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that you kind of have to build up to a little bit more than what they're doing. Like, it's very clear to all of us, oh, we're doing Thunderbolts, okay, or Dark Avengers, or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't even have a Norman Osborn yet
No.
in the MCU,
Not
but
yet.
we're already leading up to President Osborn.
Yeah. That's hard to do. If they would have not done the end of Far Away From Home, where they exposed Spider-Man, they could have done Green Goblin.
I think we get Green Goblin in the next one. I think
Maybe.
the next Spider-Man we're doing.
I wonder if they will have him.
can't say anything until you watch Loki, so you don't know.
Here's what I think. They go, Spider-Man's a menace. We need somebody to fight him. Green Goblin fights him. Norman goes, I can fight him with my tech. Tony Stark's gone. My tech is superior now. Watch me.
I
do
think
this.
we get Spider Slayers
Yeah.
because that's Osborn tech,
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Octopus working,
Yeah.
Otto and Osborn working together,
That would make sense.
and
Tech.
setting that up for the 4th Spider-Man movie.
Mm.
So I think we just get an introduction to him in this one. I don't think that we see it. I think in the next Spider-Man movie we see like a Kingpin
Mm-hmm.
or a Rhino or a Scorpion. We see kind of a lower tier bad guy,
Yeah. More of
right?
city level.
Because that's kind of what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had Vulture,
Yep.
and now we had Mysterio. So maybe
Building the
this
Sinister
one-
Six.
right?
Yeah.
So maybe we get Electro. Maybe we get Chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we get. Let's see who's in the Sinister Six. We got Otto, Osborn.
It's kind of rotated over time.
It
here and
has,
there.
but
you
the
can
main,
really use anybody.
But the main like when you say Sinister Six, everybody thinks it, and we're getting off topic. We're
Yeah,
rewriting
we
Black
are, we
Widow.
are, fuck.
We're rewriting Black
We're not
Widow.
rewriting Spider-Man.
Yet.
Yeah.
It will be needed to be done though, unfortunately.
Probably at some point.
But I do think that is something that Marvel has been doing very good with.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like this is DC's problem a little bit too. But this is something that even Black Widow nailed, is you don't come out swinging with the major bad guys.
No, you don't. You leave them for later.
Leave them for later. You hold them close to the chest as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come out Thanos
Movie 3.
while a major Avengers bad guy is not one of the most major.
No, he's really not.
Ultron is a bigger bad guy, But Ultron has to be built up to be the menace that he is in the comics.
Yeah. Days of Future Past and all that.
No, Days of Future.
Not Days of Future Past.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Why did I think time travel messes me up?
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Oh, it's going to get messy. Anyway.
Yeah.
And that is something that they did with Black Widow. Very appropriate. This Dragoff guy is
Relatively low level.
very low level. I mean, I think he made 1.5, maybe 2 appearances in all of Black Widow's runs.
Mm-hmm.
He was the runner of the Black Widow program at one time,
Yeah.
but not like the level that he was in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was built up more in this Black Widow movie.
Well, yeah, of course. It's a different medium.
I think that they did the mistake I think they made with this Black Widow movie is they wanted, and I hate to say this because it seems like this is what everybody is complaining about with these movies, and I don't necessarily agree with them. They tried to make a movie about female empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of making a movie about female empowerment, they made a movie that said, oh, men are the problem with everything, and our female lead is better than everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessarily how I think a good protagonist is made.
Yeah. That was the problem with
I
Star
mean,
Wars, I
Did
think.
Black Widow lose a single fight in this thing?
No.
Did she get in? She injured herself.
Yeah.
The bad guys could not even injure her.
Yeah. It's
She is not Superman.
the same thing with Star Wars. Same thing with Rey. There's no...
And that's what I'm
yeah.
saying, is that a lot of people are saying this stuff about stuff, and I don't necessarily agree with all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to come across as one of these guys on YouTube going, oh, I hate
Yeah.
right? I don't. I honestly want to see, I have daughters. I honestly want to see movies made that my daughters want to see and get something out of.
Mm-hmm. That's why
This is not how you do it.
That's why you have them watch Alien, because Ellen Ripley is fucking awesome.
Oh, there's some Alien, Terminator 2.
Mm-hmm. Terminator
Clueless.
1. Yeah.
Terminator
Clueless.
1. No, I'm not kidding. Clueless is a very good female empowerment
I don't think
movie.
I've ever seen that.
In my opinion, it is a really good female empowerment movie.
Mm-hmm.
She makes her own decisions. She decides what she's going to do. She takes initiative. She doesn't always do things right, but she redeems herself.
Mm-hmm.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very true.
They are not perfect people,
Mm-hmm.
but they are striving to be perfect.
Yeah,
And that's what everybody should be doing.
yeah, that is very much the hero's journey, regardless of
Right.
male or female or
They are
anything.
not out of the box perfect individuals who can do no wrong.
Yep, you see,
That's
like
nobody.
aside from Ellen, like Sarah Connor is my favorite version of that, because she goes from regular
waitress.
woman, waitress
Yeah.
going, what is going on? I'm scared.
Right.
Terminator 2 to like full commando badass.
Right. Yeah. She evolves. She learns. She gets better. She's not perfect.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, in the Black Widow movie, Black Widow in that movie could probably legitimately take out Captain America, possibly Iron Man, and not break a sweat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not Black Widow's character. So I get why a lot of people have an issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's a very by the numbers movie.
It is.
I think it is
It's
on a fundamental level, it is a misunderstanding of the character.
It is. It is very paint by numbers, very safe blockbuster popcorn movie.
Right. Which I dig those.
Yeah, they're fun.
I absolutely do dig those. I expected more, and maybe that's on me. Maybe I should not expect as much as I do from MCU movies. But in the past, and since about what, phase 4, halfway through phase 3,
Yeah, it's kind of.
they have really, I would say, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie with James Gunn, that fundamentally changed how Marvel does their movies.
Yeah.
And it's more about character development, which are the movies that I enjoy seeing and that are the most fulfilling
Yeah, yeah.
to most people, I think.
Yeah. Guardians was about mothers, and Guardians 2 was about fathers / sisters.
Right. Right. But not just that, but Winter Soldier is about friendship,
Yeah.
right? Civil War is about friendship the other way, right? Because
Yeah, because
Winter Soldier is about how far am I willing to go for,
one friend
one
to lose
friend.
another one.
and Civil War is,
Oh, I thought Civil War. Yeah.
am I willing to lose new friends
To keep an old
to
friend.
keep an old friend? And should I?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we have Infinity War is not only how the team has to be together to win, but also the repercussions of making those previous decisions.
Yeah. I would change one thing is then the ending bit of Civil War, Tony doesn't get the phone from Cap. Because he's basically like, I feel
No.
like that would have been,
Nope, I disagree with you on that.
well, I feel like
Very
that
much.
undermines a little bit.
Nope.
I feel like Cap should have been contacted a different way.
I disagree with you because that is who Captain America is.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America would have the fight with Tony. And when he is done, say, hey, I know we had a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that we had a misunderstanding. Know that our friendship and you mean more to me than that single incident.
Mm-hmm.
That is Captain America.
I definitely agree with that. But I think for movie's sake, it could have been better of him going, realizing he should have made up, or Tony should have, and that would have, I think, that could have come in later when they come back together and him saying, are we good? Kind of more of a moment like that later, or a realization going, I need to fight with Tony. I need to get to him, but it was
think
too
that's
late.
all about. That's what Infinity War is.
Yeah,
Like one of the major themes of Infinity War
yeah, that's what.
is about family, friendship, toxic families.
Who directed that?
Russo brothers.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they're the ones
Which
saying.
did Winter Soldier, Civil War.
Yeah, they were saying if Cap and Tony had been together, Thanos would have lost, and that's
Yes.
why. Yeah,
Yep,
That was
that's why
stated.
they won in Infinity or in Endgame.
Yeah,
Right.
and Black Widow died.
Right.
Spoilers.
But and I'm not just saying that. Ragnarok is much more character driven than anything in Phase 1 or 2,
especially for Thor movies.
especially for Thor, because Thor is how do you like the Thor character is how to be a good king, right?
Yeah,
Black Widow is, at least in my opinion, is who do I trust and who do I not trust? And how do I determine that trust? And what makes up that trust?
yeah. I mean,
And that's what the theme should have been of the Black Widow movie.
yeah.
And there is, like, what is the theme of Black Widow? What is the theme of the movie that we got?
kind of family-ish.
Kind of
family-ish.
family-ish. Kind of. It's basically
past
saying,
mistakes, kind of.
it destroys her character in Endgame, right? Because in Endgame and Infinity War, right, and even Civil War, to an extent. Well, this is after Civil War, so it doesn't really matter. But this is the family I have built for myself, and that's important,
Yeah,
right? The Black Widow movie says, oh, no, she didn't just have the Avengers as a family. She also had this little Russian tribe
that is very
that
true.
she doesn't bring up ever to anybody else.
I didn't think about that.
And that family is just as important as the other one, maybe more important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is she sitting around in Avengers headquarters eating peanut butter sandwiches, crying to Captain America? Did she even try to find these people after Thanos snapped? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That is a bit of a plot hole.
So it kind of destroys her
does.
character in Endgame.
Yeah, it kind of does. Whoops.
Yeah. And I don't even think they thought about it.
No, they just wanted to crank out a movie with Black Widow in it,
Right.
which they should have done a decade ago.
Which, for being Marvel's, second female lead movie? Superhero movie? Captain Marvel's
Captain
the
Marvel's
first. This is their second female lead
Yeah.
superhero movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a disservice to women that they did not put that kind of thought, as much thought as they put into Tony and Iron Man and Captain America, right? They couldn't spare that for one Black Widow movie.
Yeah, like I've been saying, this should have been done a decade ago.
Right.
It should have been more integral.
Right.
This was just a cash grab.
And that's but I'm saying for all of these people that are saying that, you can't criticize it because it's a female-led superhero movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's a disservice to.
Yeah, it is. It is not great.
They thought such little about their character, and they thought that Black Widow was such a throwaway character that they did a paint-by-numbers Marvel movie.
That is very true.
And that is a shame.
It is.
Absolute shame.
It is. Maybe the Marvels will redeem it.
I don't know. I'm hoping the Black Widow is able to come back some way from the Soul Stone sacrifice. I don't know.
I mean,
We have an Adam Warlock coming in Guardians. Adam Warlock is tied in the comics very deeply to the Soul Stones, actually resided inside the Soul Stone
he's the first one to get the
for
gauntlet.
a very, very long time. He's the one who wielded the gauntlet after they destroying Thanos in Infinity War in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that anybody thought could be trusted with it. So I'm wondering if he doesn't end up tied to the Soul Stone in the MCU.
Maybe
And it's
maybe
like,
they do bring
hey,
her back.
Look, I know that it's said. I know that this dude with the red head said that it's a soul for a soul, but that's not necessarily how it has to work. If you have a soul that you can sacrifice, you can get
The
her
Soul
back.
Stone. Oh, okay. So who? Oh, yeah. Who they sacrifice though?
Does Yelena sacrifice herself then?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or does Hawkeye? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I think Black Widow's a fantastic character.
She
I
is,
really
for
like
sure.
her in the comics. I really like her in the movies. Except
so
for
much
her
of this
own
one.
movie, which is dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And it's got nothing to do with the character. It has to do with
The writing.
the writing. I thought the directing was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the special effects were fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought the action scenes were over the top and unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I think that Black Widow is a secret assassin spy,
Yeah.
not Thor.
Mm-hmm. That is very true. Yeah. This should have been more of a James Bond, Jason Bourne.
Mm-hmm. So, Marvel, going forward, take as much care with your female protagonists as you do with your male protagonists.
Listen to this podcast.
Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
All right. Hey, we stayed on topic for the most part.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I know, it's the
Good
first time.
job. Yeah, we're getting better. Thank you very much for tuning in to this special event on Nerd Happening called Save the Franchise.
The first of very many to come.
Hopefully this will become an ongoing series. We have lots of ideas for it going forward.
There's no way it's not.
So please like, comment, subscribe,
Share.
fight with me in the comment section. You know what? Find me on Facebook. Fight with me on Facebook or Instagram. We'll happily discuss this with anybody anytime. Thanks for tuning in and listening.
We'll see you in the next video.
Have a nice night.